So then you're gonna just have to. We're live on Facebook. How y'all doing? So I'm gonna press live now on Instagram.
Okay, and what they be saying? Come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Okay, so I can go. Wait a minute. How can I? I don't want to. Hold on.
I'm gonna add you. There you go. Right, I'm inviting you right now. Button work.
So I can go off of here. It's not gonna log me out, right?
No, it should.
Okay, so
don't X out.
It just invited me live on Instagram.
Right.
So I could do that, right?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Instagram.
Can you hear me?
This ain't gonna work.
So do you want to just go live from Instagram?
Which one do you think is better?
I mean, I normally do Facebook, but it don't matter.
We could try Facebook, but I honestly don't know if it'll let me. But let's try Facebook.
Oh, we on Facebook now. You on Facebook now?
I'm on Facebook now.
Yeah, with StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. So did it cut us off of Instagram?
It did, because I get you using the same device.
Okay. And my iPad is upstairs. Okay, I should have got on early, like you said, and figured this thing out. Okay. So no, what we can do is you want me to try to go on Facebook real quick?
You already you on Facebook now. We on Facebook. They see us talking.
Oh, okay. So what about I can't see like none of the well, I guess it don't matter.
Oh,
nope.
Well, you can see the comments. I'm gonna put the comments on the screen and everything.
Oh, okay, so we good. So it's on my page too then, right?
Yeah, I'm about to put it on right now. Tag it on.
Yeah, if you tag me in it.
Yeah. Where's your name? Can you get tagged on Facebook?
I think so, yeah. Or let me do this. Hold on 1 second.
Because I'm just about to share it to your page then. There we go. Share it. Or you can go on my page and then share it.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Maybe because there you go right here. Let me do that real quick. Bam. Oh, I see it. The screen is blank though.
Yeah, it's gonna come. Okay. You
going live now. Go and say log in.
You logging in?
No. I'm telling them to tune in.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you got it from there.
Yeah, well, I'm posting it on my page.
Okay.
Your page. Okay, so I just posted it on my page. Let me make sure I posted there.
And when you come back on the screen, yep, it shared it. So when you come back on the screen, you're gonna come back live on mine. So they'll still be able to see it.
All right, there we go. So we should be good.
We're good. Let me end that other video. All right, y'all. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Welcome to Shameless Conversation. I am your host, your GPS, God's personal servant. That's me, Marnisha T. And I got a very great, awesome guest tonight that I am so honored to have. I have the Mr. Taco Tuesday man himself, the legend, the everything about everything from music on down. Mr. Rob Hatcher. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being my guest. So first, as I always do, let me open up and share how this concept was downloaded. I grew up being very was ashamed pretty much. I never really liked to tell what I went through. It didn't matter what. Grew up in church. So me growing up in church and being in position in church at a young age, I never talked about anything. I remember just one story that will always stay with me. I was having stomach issues. I ended up getting off the drill team. And next thing I know, somebody was asking me, am I pregnant? Because they knew I had stomach issues. They didn't know anything else, but they started asking me, are you pregnant? Are you this? Are you that? And I'm like, I can't even say I have simple stomach issues with somebody not assuming the worst. So, and also just being used at a young age, from the choir, musician, youth minister, youth altar worker, anything in the church, you name it, I did it. And I said, they knew me. They didn't even think my parents went to church. That's how much I was in the church more than my parents. And so as I got older and started living this thing called life and started embracing who Marnisha was, I was like, oh no, I can't tell that. I can't tell this. I can't whatever. And so I just live with shame, and I would not tell my story, but I would encourage everybody else to tell theirs. And I would tell enough, but I would never tell the heart of the meat of what I was going through. And so I would look at other people and be like, oh my God, they can tell it. I want that. So when I hit 40, God told me to start making shameless conversations, shameless statements. And I started just putting stuff I was ashamed of, and things I went through. And then next thing you know, it became a platform. And so with this platform, then I have other people come in and share their story and tell us about what shame means to them and how they have overcame shame, and what are they doing with their life. So thank you, Robert, for joining. Rob for joining.
No,
us. So
it's actually it is Robert, but I go by Rob.
Right. So I don't know too much about you. You don't know too much about me. And this is making it even more better because, we can just vibe off each other and get each other energy. So tell the people about yourself before we get into the whole dialogue.
Okay. Well, I am a celebrity manager, and I work with some of you guys' favorite artists. I've been in the music industry for about 20 years. I started off singing. I'm the only one in the world. I still hold this record. I'm the only one in the world who has appeared on 3 national singing competition shows within 3 years, back to back on 3 different networks. And that was American Idol.
I don't know where you went. Probably got to switch screens.
No, I apologize if my phone keeps going out because this phone rings 24/7. So when people call, it'll probably like black out. I should have just did it from my iPad, but I wasn't thinking. American Idol, America's Got Talent, and Sunday Best. So I did all 3 of them. I did all 3 of them back to back, year after year after year. Wow. And I was actually shocked because, when you're in these competition stages, different networks won't let you like go to different shows, whatever. You got to wait for a period of time. But the favor that God had on my life, I was just able to do all of those. So I then ventured off into the management area. So I've been doing that, and I got a lot of things that's about to happen here in the near future. So I'm excited about that. I am also am the first Black ringmaster for the Super American Circus, which a lot of people really don't even know that I'm a ringmaster. Wow. Not in my Black followers. It's so
Come
funny,
on,
but I love the circus.
ringmaster.
I've been with the circus for 14 years, and I'm a ringmaster, and I love it. It is an amazing opportunity that I get to do, and I have toured the entire world doing that as well as singing, and then working with some of your favorite artists. So I've really had a very blessed life.
That's great. That's great. Catherine on here saying Rob is the man. You hear me? I love Rob. Very humble.
Thank you,
That's what's up.
Thank you.
That's what's up. All right. So, what is your definition of shame?
I would probably say my definition of shame is something, or because it could be something or someone. Um, I'll go with the something part. Something that you are unequivocally embarrassed by, or something that you don't want others to know because of that. Shame could be a lot of things. Um, but I'm gonna stick with that type of in that field. Shame
Okay.
basically something that you did or you're doing that you don't want someone else to know, um, or know that you did.
Okay. Gotcha. So, have you dealt with shame, lived by shame? Have shame ever controlled you in any aspect of who you are?
Shit. Yeah. Okay. We cuss on here.
Yeah, it's free.
Hell yes. Let me tell you. I grew up. I grew up in the church.
Okay.
So you can imagine the shit that I was doing, and still having to be in the church and be around my grandmother and be around a lot of things. For the longest I used to hide. Oh my God, I used to I was a crazy individual, but my life is an open book. So there is really nothing new that anybody can really say about me that I ain't done said about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody who's been following me anyway knows about Robert Hatcher and the things that I've been through, and the things that I've accomplished. And there was times in my younger days I was very much ashamed of who I was, because of the pressure that I thought that I had to, come to, or whatever, like the people more so. I believe, it's a lot of things growing up that I know now. That's why the Bible says, study to show thyself approved. You got to know it for yourself. You got to know God
Right.
for yourself, But back then, growing up, it was just different, because times have completely changed. But, I was very much shame. I was so shame a lot of times. I was like, oh my God, what if these people find out that I'm sleeping with men and women? Oh my God, they're gonna hate me. Or, like, oh my God, am I gonna get on these shows? Am I gonna do this? Oh my God, if they find out I cuss in church, they're gonna hate me. Oh my God, because I play the instruments and piano as well too. But it was a lot of things that I was ashamed of. But it was just like, at the end of the day, you can't really hide who you are. And in order to be free, you just, you got to be free.
You got to be free. You got to be free. That's one of the ones that people get. And that's one of the ones, actually, I definitely, my sexuality. So that's in itself. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I came up with this whole title, I Was Straight But Distracted. And
I knew what I wanted.
Women,
damn
but
distractions here. I knew from an early age. I knew. Give it. Come on over here and put that. I knew. But you don't want to say it because people be like, oh my God, da 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 da. No, people got to be real with themselves. People got to be real with themselves. And I was real with myself at an early age. It wasn't until, believe it or not, it wasn't until I got on Sunday Best, and they never aired it out of all the shows. out of Sunday Best, they asked us, I'll never forget the producer, Nia. So we was sitting in the thing, we were filming, and this was before I got the call back to even be on the show. Now, mind you, I had already did 2 shows already. I did American Idol and America's Got Talent. So I got on this show, and I was just like, man, fuck it. I don't even care no more. It is what it is. I was headed up to here. I didn't care no more. So she said, is there a secret? Is there something that somebody doesn't know about you that you would, you know, that you would want to share? I said, well, I mean, it ain't no secret, but it's kind of a secret. But, you know, I like men and women, you know, at the time I did anyway. Now don't touch me with a woman. But
they don't touch you with a woman.
Absolutely not. I love them though. That's, you know, but so Nia looked at me and I looked at her. I said, oh shit, they ain't gonna let me on the show now. I really did. I thought I wasn't gonna get on the show because I said that. But I did really end up getting on the show. So it was just like, oh, okay, well shit. Hello, it's me. Right. She was like, I like you. I like you a lot. I said, oh, thank you.
Yeah. So they knew they weren't gonna probably air that on those Sundays Best. Not that
I honestly didn't know, and I really didn't, because at the time, this was back in 2010. You know, things were changing fast. I did American Idol in 2007.
Okay.
2007 to 2008. 2008 to 2009, I did America's Got Talent. 2009, 2010, I did Sunday Best. Things were changing very quickly right before my eyes. They were changing so fast too. And I was just like, wow, I seen it. I seen the evolution of everything happening, you know. Like, I would have never said that on American Idol auditioning back then, because they would have been like, absolutely not. It's not happening, you know. But I've seen how much it's changed. And it's not so much as far as sexuality, it's just anything with beliefs, with everything. Everybody always had something to say, you know. That's why, you know, even in my family, well, I'm going to say this, well, you know, I have to be mindful for what I say, because I have a lot of people that be following me, watching me too. But I will say this, because you know, I really don't care. You know, during the pandemic, I was not working for a certain individual, but I was selling a certain individual's product.
Okay.
And we made about 4.2 million over the summer. But when I shared who the person was to a lot of my African American friends, they were very upset. And I'm gonna just let that ride. So I was just thinking to myself, like, why are y'all so mad? You know, but people feel shame about certain things. You know, I was just like, it wasn't necessarily shame, but it was just like to keep down me arguing with people and trying to explain myself. I just kind of like didn't mention it and got to the bag.
Right. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that people be hating and being jealous, and they want to keep us in a like keep us in a box. And for you
very
to become
much so.
great in sort of international waves and travel the world, you can't be stuck in a box just because our community feel like we support other people. But low key be like, dang, now why I didn't do that? Rob got up on that come up, you know, shoot, you know, I was slipping, and I was just having a conversation with somebody that, as much as we have a lot of spiritual people in our ancestors and stuff like that, it was a woman of another nationality that helped me in my healing journey. And I support her, and Cara, her name, I tell it, and she said, let me say it, you know. And so she helped me, and it wasn't from a Christianity background either. So I was gonna get shunned on all of that. Like, wait a minute, You know, it's
Right.
not just
I feel
coming
like
to
I go,
say the Lord.
I go to psychics.
Okay.
I
Okay.
believe in them.
Uh-huh.
I believe God speaks to them. I don't care what nobody says. I believe God speaks to them. And he's spoken to a few of them to get to me.
Enough
I
said.
don't care what.
Got you right there, Doc. Got you right there, Doc.
Got me right together. I said, well, Cleo, shit, where you been? You know, but a lot of people, they go to church, they don't believe in the psychics or whatever, but they all believe in prophets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's basically, to me, the same thing. Some of them use tarot cards, the other one uses other things. I don't know. But no shade to none of the prophets out here.
Right. And that's a good thing that you said it, because it's no different, man. It's no different. And the older I'm becoming, and no matter how religious I've been, I'm walking now more in freedom, and I don't shun nobody's spiritual background. Whatever you need to get to your point of healing,
get there.
Salvation, I don't care, get there. And a lot of things in Christianity, we are taught division and discord, but also want to preach unity. It can't mix. Either we gonna embrace everybody or we gonna shun everybody. Which one?
A friend once told me the most segregated day of the week is Sunday.
Yes.
The Baptists go with the Baptists, the Jews go with the Jews, the Pentecostals go with the Pentecostals, the Kojic go with the Kojic. Everybody is separated.
Mm-hmm.
The black churches go with the black churches, the white churches go with the white churches. And I'm like, do they think this is what heaven is supposed to be, or am I just reading a different book? Like, I don't know, like because I don't believe that there's going to be sections for the Jews and sections for the Baptists in heaven. I believe that it says we all are going to be together, but hell, I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of weird, But the older I get, the more that I start to think about things that I was taught when I was a child, and how I got bamboozled and swindled into believing certain things when it was right there, and a lot of times it was just tradition,
Mm-hmm. It was. So now, you about to say something else?
No.
Say something. Okay.
No.
So, with all that you did, how did you come? So, what are you doing majorly right now? So, I know y'all don't know he do this Taco Tuesday. Talk about that, because that's when I met you. You walked right past me, and I didn't know you was the host. I didn't know nothing. I just was there.
Oh, you came? Wait. You was at Taco Tuesday?
Yes, I was at a Taco Tuesday.
You live in Atlanta?
Yes, I live in Atlanta.
Well, why the hell we ain't do this together?
Why
are we on live? You could have came over to the house.
Listen, we're gonna have to do next one in.
I did not know you was in Atlanta. But this is the crazy part. I started this a very, very long time ago. Long time ago. Long time ago. Brought it back up about 2.5, 3 years ago at my old house, and I called it White Carpet Soul Sessions. And we just happened to have them on Tuesdays. So as the space got bigger, we start saying Taco Tuesdays and everything like that. Now, everybody, I'm a huge fan of Stevie Mac in Los Angeles, California, because they do a Taco Tuesday edition. But like I was telling people, this is very different than what he does, because mine is not necessarily spiritually based. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a space for creative people to come and to relax and enjoy themselves and to share their gift. Because I've learned that a gift is not a gift until it's given away. And a lot of times people do not have places to go to share their gift. And then God put it on my heart to say, okay, when the people come, you need to feed them. So I'm like, okay, feed them what? Feed them the best food that you could possibly feed them. So I began to, as it progressed, I began to have professional caterers come in and have a 8-course meal to feed the people. And then he said, give them the best drinks that you can give them. Don't give them house liquor, give them top shelf wine, whatever you can. And everything is free. Now, this is God talking to me. So I'm thinking
it got to be a God thing.
It got to be, because I said, no, wait a minute. God, shit, now. I know I'm the top shelf cost now. Shit, now wait a minute. But no, so I said, okay, God, I'm gonna listen to you and I'm gonna hear you. And I've always based it on the movie Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, where he said, if you build it, they will come. So I built it, and people are coming. And not only are people coming, they are being not only spiritually healed, but mentally healed as well. I tell people, you never know. I really don't even be knowing who walked through this house, you know, but because of what takes place here on a Tuesday night, I believe that lives are being changed daily. And I just wanted to create a space for people who may want to come share their gift, but then you never know who walked through here. They may not have food in their refrigerator. They may need a nice meal. They may not have money to go to the bar to buy them a drink. They may not have money to smoke hookah. They may need to get high, smoke a little weed to ease their little nerves a little bit. And I wanted to create a space where people can come, enjoy, meet new people, and not charge a dime, and let people know that God has not forgot you. He still remembers you. If I can make it, you can make it. It was less than 2.5 years ago that I was sleeping in somebody's basement with 2 suitcases to my name. And I've been in this industry for 20 years. So I just wanted to remind people that God has not forgotten about them, because if he did it for me, he could do it for you. But you cannot give up. You can't be weary in your well-doing. So you got to keep going. You got to keep striving. You got to keep attending events. You got to keep your head up. You got to be encouraged. And what I do is I provide this space for them to do that. So I bring in the best of the best band, the best singers, the best videographers, the best photographers. And I throw a party like they did when the king said, I need you to throw a party and I need you to invite everybody out. See who comes. And when you invite them, I need you to buy the best food and this and that. And so that's what I want to do with Taco Tuesday. Now, Taco Tuesday has become a quote unquote thing now, which is good, because I've had several celebrities come through, not just to this house, but my old house as well. But what really sparked me with the healing part of it is when DMX came. And he came right before his untimely death. And it was at my other house, and I just keep replaying everything that happened that night in my head. The amazing time that he had just being himself, being free. Now, mind you, I'm in a house, and if you've been to my Taco Tuesday, you're gonna find a little bit of everybody. Everybody, gay, straight, trans, crackhead, weed head, alcohol. Right. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find a little bit of everybody, and that's what I needed people to understand. I don't care whatever you are going through. If you need an outlet, this is going to be that outlet where you're not going to be judged. And I had people at my house when he was there, and, he just felt free and it wasn't no looking down at people. It wasn't no this, that, and that's the space that I wanted to create. He loved my house so much. He asked me before he left if he could buy it. This was my old house before I bought this house. Which was crazy, and I was like, man, get out of here. I ain't selling this house. I just had bought it at the time, but I end up, after he died, God woke me out of my sleep and told me to sell the house. And I sold it and ended up buying this house that I'm in right now. So but yeah, I just really wanted to create a space for Taco Tuesday, and it's become a thing. It's so crazy now that people like the tickets go in like 4.5, 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I tried to get my ticket from this past one, and I was like, "Dang, wait! It was gone that quick." I'm like, "Well, hopefully I get through that because it got to be a little quicker." I
They
was
be
on
gone,
that
but
page. I was.
You've experienced it yourself, so
Yeah.
you know the feeling that you get when you leave. And I tell people, it's really hard to explain. It must be experienced, because one minute we could be in a club, and the next minute we can be in church. Then the next minute we could be back at the blues club. Then the next minute we praying and laying hands on people. It's just a mixture of good music, and it definitely has a lot of spirituality attached to it, because I am a firm believer in whatever, like you said, in whatever religion or whatever you believe in. If that's what you need to get what you need, get it.
Yeah, God is in everything.
He's in everything. And I just want to introduce people to the person that helped me, whether they believe in him or not. And I don't force my religion on nobody, but I just want people to know about the person that I called on when I was in the midst of my problems, and how he helped me and changed my whole trajectory of my life, and how I know he can do the same for you. And that's what my Taco Tuesday is about. It's not even that we don't even serve tacos half of the time. That is the crazy part. It just has become a day of fellowship with good people. So I love it, and it really helps me.
Ty said Taco Tuesday definitely brought me closer to God.
Yeah, it really helped. It really, really helped me. And the next one is coming up. I thought it may be May 30th, but I think it's going to be June 20th. We got a lot. We have a lot going on between this last month and the top of next month. It's a lot going on. My significant others. Well, I don't. It's a lot going on.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
It's a lot, yeah. But the 20th, when we come back on the 20th, my birthday is the 22nd.
Oh, turn up time.
Oh, the 20th. First of all, you got to make sure you're in the building.
Yes, sir. You got to make that happen, sir.
No. Hands down. You're not even going to, I never tell who's coming. That's another thing, which makes it so special. And I just had Alex here from the Walls Group that was just recently here. And then, it was such a good time Tuesday. But on the 20th, and then my birthday party is the 22nd, which anybody who knows me, I always throw the best birthday parties ever. And I have a very, 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 very special person hosting it on that Thursday night. So I'm going to give you the information for that. I don't want to say it on live yet because I have not put it out.
I got you.
Yet. But it's open. The party is going to be open to the public anyway, but it is going to be a movie. So trust and believe me, you don't want to miss it.
I can only imagine. Yeah. So I just know my personal experience. Like I was getting ready to say, I walked in and you walk past and you say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then it was so inviting. Like I just knew it was inviting. And I'm like, okay, then you got up and you start talking. I was like, that's Rob. That's the host. Like right there. It was just like already. It was so much. Your vibe, your energy is just so real and embracing. So you are what you know, when people gotta kind of watch people's life to see if they real, yours exude. It's like your energy, what you say, what you just had expressed, you live it. It comes out of you, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? So, right, like I'm an apostle. So I have my own, me and my best friend, we co-pastor the Real Center of Atlanta. So that's in Atlanta. And so we wanted to always do church differently. I'm from Chicago, so I had a church in Chicago. When I got here, you know, yeah, born and raised in Chicago. Chicago, my spot. So when I got here, I didn't do ministry in 5 years. I didn't do it. But I'm telling you, I didn't want to do ministry. God started showing me different things to spread. And I'm like, God, I can't do that. I don't, I need money. I need this. I need that. And so then I met Q. And so we kind of just like, he was like, well, I want to do the church thing. And I see it like this. And I'm like, that's how someone see it. I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel. So we brought it together. And to do it, and we're doing it together instead of having, as I say in Chicago, we have churches every other building. So you can, it's a mall. You know what I'm saying? It's a strip of churches where you can choose, and everybody got 5 members. So no, I didn't want to be like that. Let's have our vision and bring it together. And yes, let's unite. And it's different. It's different. It's about music. And that's one thing. I'm a drummer. And so, but your band.
So when is your service?
We have in-person service 2nd and 4th Sundays at 2:30 in East Point.
I mean, I'm gonna give you information. Please, I would love to come.
Yes,
I would love to come.
Yeah. So we small, we different, we really just like to have worship, man, just to sing and just let that be our medicine. So we walked in there, me and him came together, walked in there, and it was like, oh my God. He was going through stuff, I was going through stuff, and I was just like stuck. They had to walk back in and get me when it was.
Which night did you come?
I came. Well, okay. I don't know that now. Leandria was there, and I want to talk about her next. But I'm gonna say this, people. It was a woman. I think she just got off from Africa doing a Broadway play, and she was breaking it down. Dark skin.
Yeah,
boy, I was like,
okay, that was a good night. That was a good night.
Yeah, it was good.
Yes.
Yeah, and oh my God, and ministry was just going on. And so I have followed Leandria Johnson her whole career from Sunday's Best. I was like starstruck. I was like, oh my God, Q, that's Leandria. Like, and that have always been
wow.
That's been one of my prayers to meet her. I didn't say anything to her. I was just honored just to be in her presence, to just see her in her true and who she is. She's real wherever she go. So I was like, God, this was an on-time thing. And with me just walking by faith, like you said, you heard God say, do it. And I just like, I'm doing shameless conversations and it's the platform, but I'm just being obedient. And you helping people with your story. And I just want to help people become the best them that God created them to be in whatever facet they're supposed to do it in. So
this is why people like us have to link up together and take the world by storm. Because
yes, sir.
I was always, growing up, it was, you got to get dressed up. You can't wear a hat in church. You got to wear a suit and tie. And it was like a bunch of sinners dressing up. For what? It's like, come and
look cute,
like,
and they mess.
And they mess, But, it was just like when I got older, I literally, I'll never forget, I was in Oregon one day, and my church that I grew up in was in the hood, and a person had walked in, and I just looked at how all the people looked at them, and I was just like, why are y'all doing that person? Like, y'all don't know what this person done been through, So ever since then, I had stopped dressing up for church. I was just like, it's not that I can't get the suits and tie. I was just like, no, I'm going to come like this. And if you don't, then now don't like me and don't like my gift.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
But no, Leandria, I've been with her for 13 years now. 13 years. Since the day one, since the beginning. And she is the first lady of Taco Tuesday. She's the first lady of Taco Tuesday. And her energy is definitely needed on Tuesday because she is a force of another nature. And, her presence just being there. I told her she doesn't know, like, how many people, because people never know, like, and people who's never been to it before, I mean, they've seen the clips and they probably see her and the other artists on there. But like people don't really know who's going to walk through this door, who they're going to see when they walk through this door. But she's one of the people that when you see, and especially after you've been following and listening to, that you just become like, wow, you know, this lady really helped me through my hard times. And here I am, get to experience her in person in a very intimate setting.
Yeah.
You know, so I appreciate her and all the support that she gives to Taco Tuesday. She do, trust me, she do never not want to miss one.
Man, it was. I didn't know I was coming to. I just knew it was like a music worship shed. I didn't seen people do little clips on it, and I kid you not, I was just like, I just need some good music. I just need to release, and I didn't know where I was, the dimension I was about to come into. It was just, man, I appreciate you and your gift and doing it. And, you know, hey, I normally don't do this on this show, but if you can share, I want people to give to what you're giving, to what you give to other people. Y'all plant y'all seed. Send Rob, I'm going to pin your Cash App. Y'all like, tag, share. Let's bless this man. Let's bless his vision. Let's plant. I don't care if it's $5. Your $5 gonna make room for something. But we're gonna get his Cash App or however they can give to you. And I'm not one to really do that because this is not for me about money. But you do, and you do it freely. You do it freely. And that's a blessing. And it took me to when the scripture says they gathered together in the house. It wasn't a synagogue. It wasn't a temple. It was the house where they came and they was fed. They talked. They shared, and they got healed, and they came out different. So, if you can share your Cash App or however they can give to you, we wanna bless you, bless you best as we can.
First of all, thank you so much for doing that, because you don't have to do that. And I thank you so much. Let me give you my Cash App. My Cash App is $ Rob,
Somebody
ROB,
write it down.
$
Rob,
ROB, V as in Victor, and Hatcher, HATCHER. So it's $ Rob V Hatcher. Let me tell you how faithful God is. He told me that if I do this, and I do this when this Taco Tuesday, that he'll always provide. It costs probably about $35. It costs like $3,500 every time I put it on to pay for security, the band, the food, the liquor, the plates, the cups, the knives, the forks. About $3,500. The DJ, the bartender, everybody. So I've never went without, ever. I woke up one morning and this random person sent me $1,000. And he said, God told me to send you $1,000 to support what you're doing. And this is why I tell people why I haven't charged a dime for anybody to come into this house, because it's not about the money for me. I'm attracted to money. Money is attracted to me. Money is always going to come to me. Money was never been an issue with me. What I was more concerned about was the souls and people's well-being up here, because I know what it's like to be broken mentally and broken physically. And I know what it's like to feel like you don't want to wake up tomorrow, or like you want to do some harm to yourself so you can't wake up tomorrow, or you just wish the pain of whatever you're going through will go away. I know firsthand how that feels. So I wanted to create the space to where people can come and just leave their burdens on this carpet. Leave their burdens in this room. And let me tell you, before I moved into this,
turn it off. Okay. You got to get that call, y'all. There you go.
No, I rejected it. Before I moved into this house, I had my pastors in Vegas come here, Pastor Ted Cannon and Michelle Cannon.
Okay.
Both before I bought both of my houses. They came in from Vegas and prayed over both of them. But they told me when they came in this house, they said this house is special because people, when they come in, they won't leave out the same way. And I hadn't even put the organ in here, the piano in here, any of that yet. It was just, this house looked nothing like it looked when I bought it. But he said, when people walk in your house, they will not leave out the same way. And I believe it. And I've gotten so many emails and DMs and testimonies from so many people that have attended that tell me that their lives have been changed. Is because they believe they'll run on to see what the end is going to be. And I'm just like, listen, if I go tomorrow, one thing I want people to always remember, and it's my favorite scripture, is Galatians 6:9. And that's, the race is not given to the swift, nor to the strong, but to the ones that endure to the end. And sometimes as humans, we feel that our end is closer than what it really is. But I just wanted to remind a few people that the end, you determine it. It ain't the end. You know, you can keep going. You can wake up tomorrow, start over, and do it again. And that's why I try to be an open book. I try to not hide anything that I went through or going through, is because I want people to see, when you see me walking around or driving what I drive or living where I live, you are looking at a real live miracle testimony, because it ain't always been like this. I ain't always had two stoves. Shit, I barely had a microwave at one point in my life, you know, growing up. Right. So, you know, now, praise God, I got two stoves and two refrigerators. You know, and I thank God every single day. Is no doubt whatsoever in my mind of how all of this is possible. And that's what I just want to give other people hope and strength, mentally and spiritually, to let them know that they can make it. Yeah. And even with all of the shows that I've been on, so many people hit me up and they want, Robert, I want you to manage me. And I'll be trying to tell people, you got to understand that even if you didn't have a Robert, now I know I'm one of the baddest in the game, because I'm very good at what I do. Not to pat myself on the shoulder. I'm very good at what I do, and I work with the best of the best. But you got to know for yourself that even if you did not have a Robert Hatcher, that you could still make it. And if you don't know that, then I can't help you figure that out. You know, so you don't need to be managed. You know, you got to know how to manage yourself. You feel me? Ooh. You don't need me to do something that you can do for yourself. You got to believe in yourself first. If you don't believe in yourself, I can't make you believe in yourself. And I don't really want to work with nobody who I believe in them more than they believe in themselves.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So I get approached a lot of time, and I always say I'm retiring. I'm retiring. I'm not doing this, you know, but I'm here.
Yeah. You here. That's it.
I'm here.
It ain't retired on you yet.
I'm
here.
It ain't
retired on you yet.
I'm here, you know. So I thank God. I thank God for platforms like yours, you know. Two very close people to me, they have a platform called Candid Twisted Tea. You know, they were supposed to interview me as well, and they haven't interviewed me yet. So I'm happy that I got your interview first, because I told them, I was like, now y'all said y'all supposed to interview me. I ain't never interviewed me. So I got another interview I'll do, you know. But no, I really
honor.
Yeah, I really wish y'all could connect too. because I love what they're doing. And and when you come here on Tuesdays, I try to get everybody to connect and be, you know what I'm saying? Like connect and just vibe off of each other and get each other contacts and everything like that. Because that's what this world is about, of everybody sharing. You never know who you're going to run into, you know?
Right. And, you know, we are almost at the time, but you took me back, and I just want to share this. There's a little story. I was preaching, had to speak at this conference. It was in 2016. No, 17. Heavy. I was going through whatever. And right before I had to teach this conference, I was in a dark, dark place. And so no matter I'm up here preaching, teaching, helping, encouraging everybody else, I had a moment where I broke down and I ended up cutting to relieve the stress, to release the pain, to release something. And I said, God, if I'm going through this, I know other people are too. And I want to be able to help the ones that have been in dark places where they feel like they can't make it. And when you said that, it just brought back that situation in my life, because it was then I was like, I've always wanted to help people, but to help when you're in your darkest space and nobody really know, and you cannot tell, because if you tell it, they're going to talk about it and think you less than. Or in my case, if I tell it, then they ain't going to be receiving the message that God gave me, because I just told you I'm sitting up here really not a fairy tale, but trying to commit suicide, trying to not live and wake up again and everything else, because I didn't believe in me. For the last month, Rob, I've been telling myself, I am my best promoter. I am my best friend. I am my best lover. And I'm telling you, and the more I'm saying it, the more I'm attracting it to me. The more I'm saying, I store my finances. I have money. It is coming to me. So everything you just shared, it just been like bing, 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 bing. It's been in alignment. So I thank you for sharing that part, you know, and I hope I can just continue to, do and just continue to connect with people like you. Because I promise you, in one of them situations, like God said, email, inbox him. I said, he too big. I don't know, you know, I know he do stuff. I don't know how he do, but he gonna charge me an arm and a leg. He gonna do this, he gonna do that. So I thank you. Y'all, please catch at this man and bless this man. So 3,500 next month will be nothing. Let's bless him with the 3,500 so he can continue to reach the souls. And so right before we get out here, I have one question. I want you one request.
Okay.
What are the 2 things that you would like, that Spirit is leading you to just encourage? Because everything already been encouraging, but something that you can encourage in the people that are afraid to live their vision, and they think it's just a dream and it cannot become a reality. Encourage somebody. Encourage us. Okay. And I don't even normally do encouraging in segments, but I want you to encourage us because you've been pouring out.
Okay. What I would say to somebody that believe that their dream is deferred, one thing you have to realize is that sometimes we have to go through to get to. And I know it sounds very cliche-ish, but a lot of times we have now become accustomed to being like a microwave. We want everything quick, fast, and in a hurry. But then we don't want the process that has to go through, you know, before it gets the microwavable stage, you know. But we have to do better as human beings and realize that, you know, you're not going to be perfect. You're not always going to be right. You're not going to cross every T. You're not going to dot every I. But guess what? There's always tomorrow. There's always another chance. And you have to really, really, really be faithful. I wrote this thing called 10 Steps on How to Become Successful. And one of my steps was you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. which means I give you an example. Say, for instance, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you want to break out and really live in the gift that God told you. You know for a fact. Let's use this as an example. You're an amazing cook. You're an amazing chef, and you know for a fact you can cook better than anybody that you know. You know that you got the skills to do it. You know everything, but you know as well that you have a job that you work 9 to 5. And you know every 2 weeks you get your check, and you know how much your check is, you know how much taxes is out of it and everything like that. But you also know that you got this gift. So it's like, okay, do I trust this gift that I have, or do I trust this check that I know that I'm gonna get every 2 weeks? When I say you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, you have to know that even when that check don't come on that second Friday, that your gift will still make room for you. A lot of times we say we trust God, but we really don't trust him. Do we believe what we actually say? Because if we believe and we trust him, we're going to go full force at what we know to be our gift. Me, as an example, I haven't worked a 9 to 5 in 20 years. I knew off bat that this is what I'm supposed to be doing in the music industry. I have not worked for anybody else in 20 years. And I have become who I have become because of that. But I was comfortable being uncomfortable. I didn't know where my next check was going to come from, but I knew it was coming. I could run right there, but I'm going to stand still. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I didn't know how my phone bill was going to get paid, but I knew it was going to get paid. Be comfortable being uncomfortable and living your dreams. Sometimes you just got to go. Figure that shit out when you get there. Just go, though. Go. Do not look back. If you believe in yourself, you can make it. I had to look myself in the mirror. I'm telling you, I have so many affirmations that I say to myself, and I say it all the time. And people around me, when I say that I am attracted to money and money is attracted to me, I'm going to show y'all this right here. This is what I have in my house right now. This is a money tree. And like I told the people at Taco Tuesday, because I gave one of them away at Taco Tuesday, please don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that there's power in this tree. Do you hear me? I'm not saying because I put $1 on this tree that my finances are going to flood. What I'm saying is that I believe in something so much that I'm going to sow into it, that I believe that things are going to happen once I sow into it. It has nothing to do with the tree whatsoever. It's the faith. And that's what I tell everybody about your career, whatever you want to do. It's about the faith that you have. It's about the faith that you have. It has absolutely nothing to do with what you want to do, because you could do whatever you want to do. It's about, do you really have that much faith in what you want to do? That is what separates the winners from the losers. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. I have not won any show that I appeared on, but I'm still winning.
That's good.
I'm still winning. 20 years later, I'm still winning.
Yes.
And because it was about the faith. And I'm going to leave you with this. When I was on America's Got Talent, it was the top 8. It was 8 of us sitting in Boca de something. It was on Lancashire Boulevard. We all went out before we had to go rehearse for the final show. And Terry Fader, who was the winner, he said, one of us at this table is about to become a millionaire. And I looked at him and I said, no, sir. No, sir. 2 of us at this table. Because guess what? If I don't win, I'm going to still become a millionaire. Because if this show is not my all in, if I don't win, I'm still going to become a millionaire. And as God is my witness, well over $1 million has crossed my bank account since that show. And I thank God every day. I thank him every day.
Keep coming.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited.
I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much. And to whoever is under the sound of my voice, I pray that you receive something good for this, good from this. and that you just keep looking at me and just keep going. And I'm not nowhere near perfect, but God still uses me. I have flaws every day, but God still uses me, and God still blesses me, and he shows me favor over my life. And I've seen the world, and I'm able to do things that I've dreamed of, and I believe it's only through him. And I thank God every day. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a blessing to me. I really appreciate it.
Y'all, thank you. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much. Y'all, this is our time. I thank y'all for joining in. Like, tag, share, get that Cash App, send, love on him, love on somebody. I'm your GPS, God's personal servant. Next month, tune in. We got another guest. We're gonna have a panel discussion as well. So, Rob, you don't get off yet. I'm gonna end the broadcast. Yo, if y'all need anything, hit a talk, vent, share, pray, hit me up. My inbox is always open. All right, love y'all.
And we're gonna do this again, but we're gonna do this with you at my house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together.
Okay. All right, y'all have a good night. Hold on, Rob.
All right.